Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gamble with Jimmy. Thank you for taking the time to join me. We're going to do another free tutorial in Baccarat. Now, today's going to be really exciting because we're going to do what's called navigation. Navigation basically is when you take a certain amount of strategies that you know really well. And what's so cool about the strategies that I know well are all purposely made through my training, where they have opposite strategies against each other. So in other words, is if you're playing and the board is doing one thing and it's the opposite of the strategy that you're choosing to play at the moment, you obviously switch strategies. And when you switch strategies, guess what happens? You start winning because it's been a killer for you on the way the board's been playing out. But when you go to a strategy that's the complete opposite, that is when you start to win. So what happens is you have to have a balance and you have to have navigation. I learned navigation through me being a successful craps player, which is another casino game. And I've become so good at that game. When I play the navigation style, I've never lost. I went from being a losing player to a winning player. So the same thing happens in Baccarat. You have to become a navigator. So we're going to play a navigation style today, and you'll see the outcome will be successful. Now, for those of you that are serious and want to take Baccarat as a profession and actually make a living doing it. As a matter of fact, I received an email the other day that was asking me, can you really make a living playing Baccarat? Well, the answer is yes, you can. I'm addressing you right here, right now. The answer is yes. You can make a living playing Baccarat. You just need to be very strict, and you definitely need training. You 100% need training. If you think that you can do it on your own, maybe you can. Maybe you're somebody who has been playing a long time and you've learned from your mistakes and you've come up with your own formula that allows you to win. Congratulations. I'm sure I'm not the only person in the world who has great ways to play to be consistent in this game. Now, those of you that struggle with money management, you struggle with your bet sizing, you don't have a formula that's allowing you to consistently win. What if I told you that if you lost 7 times in a row, all you would need to do is win 1 time out of 8, and I'll show you how to be successful, where you still will walk away from that table as a winner. I'll show you how to do the correct bet sizing. I'll show you how to do the money management, and I'll give you 3 strategies that you cannot lose because you know how to bounce back and forth to each one based on what the board is doing. They're all built in a specific way to allow you the flexibility to be able to adapt to whatever that board is doing. All you have to do is figure out when to switch. So you've got to get experience with that. So you're going to win 33% more than you're winning now. That's not just a number out of nothing. There's facts behind those numbers. It's been studied. 33% more win rate. Way less stress. So before we get started, I want to show you how to go and get it, the training. Go to gamblewithjimmy.com, gamblewithjimmy.com. When you get to the website, all you're going to do is select training options, and then you select Baccarat training, unless you want craps training. So you go to the Baccarat training. Well, the one I'm going to recommend is the Baccarat Total Package. The Baccarat Total Package gives you 3 training videos, video 1, 2, and 3. You also get all 3 strategies, the Baccarat Momentum system, the Baccarat Crazy 8 system, and the new Baccarat Press Regress system. You get all 3, plus the 3 training. That's what you need to do, and you will improve your game. That's the only way you're going to win in this game is to get your training. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to play navigation today. Navigation, okay? All right, so we're going to start it off by doing absolutely nothing. Okay, let's tell this thing to do automatic. Okay, here we go. We're not going to do anything today because we're going to play navigation, okay? All right, so we've got a player win. We have another player win. Okay, we're going to come in and we're going to go on banker for a quarter. Okay, we're going to lose. We're going to stay with banker for 50. Okay, so we're up $25. Now, what did we do? What was our strategy there? Anybody, anybody know just from witnessing what I just did? What we did was we just played math on a coin flip. That's all we did. We just did a coin flip. We saw that tails, which is player, won 3 in a row. And we just said, well, we're going to go ahead and think that if we keep betting banker a little bit here, maybe we'll get a banker win. And we did. Okay? We only won 1 out of 4. We only bet once, though. So we were 100%. But we only bet 1 time out of 4 hands. And we're up. Actually, we bet twice. I take that back. We lost the first one. So we won 2 out of 4. Okay? Or 1 out of 2. I'm sorry. We won 1 out of 2. But we're up. That's all that matters. Okay, so we're going to just deal. Okay, banker wins. Banker wins again. What are we going to do? We're going to go a player. And we're going to win. Okay, we're up $47 already. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's clear that. Let's go ahead and deal the cards for free. Player wins back to back. Okay, player loses, banker wins. Okay, that's a woo. Boy, we're crying right now. Oh, we are in tears right now. If we would have bet a blazing 7 on that hand for $25, we would have just won $5,000. That is a 3-card blazing 7, 7-7 tie. Woohoo! Are we crying? Okay, player wins. Player wins again. We're going to go $25 on banker. Okay, we're going to lose. We're going to stay with banker. We're going to go to 50. We win. Okay, we are up $70 already. Okay, let's go ahead and see what happens. We're just navigating the game. Player wins. Banker wins. Player wins. Player wins again. Okay, banker wins. Now, we did miss an opportunity there, but I was kind of thinking that one side was going to win 3 in a row. Okay, player wins 2 in a row. Okay, player has won 3 in a row. Okay, see that? Player has won 3 in a row. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to do a quarter on banker. We're going to get the win. Okay, so we're not winning like a lot of money, but we're winning almost every single time we bet, which shows that we're navigating the game correctly. Okay, now I want to show you guys something right here. So I'm gonna, for those of you that watch me, you already know this, but what we're doing is we're not playing a chop board. We're playing a navigation system. So what we're doing is we're not really going, we're just kind of going off of a majority where one side dominates a little bit, we start betting the other side. We're just looking for the crumbs. We're just looking for the little wins. But what do you notice about this board? This board tells us what type of system that we can play now that we're 33% greater on the board. So for example, we have a 33% about here of the board has been finished, completed. And what do we notice about this board? This is a disaster if you were playing the chop system. It would be a disaster. Why? Because you see 3 drop, 1 chop, 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 3 drop, 1 chop. Disaster. if you're playing a chop board. Absolutely disaster. So, what's our rule if we're playing a chop board? If you see 3 drop, 1 chop 2 times, you've already seen it 3 times, and we're only at the 33% range. Okay? So, what system are we eliminating right now? The chop system. We are eliminating the chop system. Okay? So, we're going to go ahead and continue to do what we're doing because it's working. But I wanted to point that out to you guys. Okay, so player wins. Banker wins. Player wins. Banker wins. A lot of chops going on right now. Player wins. Banker wins. Player wins. Okay, banker wins. So what has happened? The chop is now coming. Look at that. We already know. We don't even need to look at the board. So every single thing of what we eliminated has just switched immediately. You just went from 33% where the board was telling you what it's going to do, and then you switched from a chop system. We weren't playing a chop system. I'm saying I would have told you not to play a chop system. And what happens? It goes right into a crazy chop. You had from 33% to the 50% range, you've had 12% consistently go with chop. So it can happen, but we have to adjust to a board. Just because we choose to identify something doesn't mean the opposite's going to happen. You have to constantly do it based on what the board is doing. That's why you can't just pick one way and only go that way. It doesn't work like that. You have to be able to adjust and be patient. We haven't lost a penny since it started doing this. Not a penny, because we're observing what's going on. Okay? Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use reverse psychology here. I'm going to use common sense. I'm going to use math. So I'm basically going to take advantage of what the board's doing. How am I going to do that? Well, I'm just going to say, I'm going to make a bet that this does not keep going all the way across like that. Okay, that's just too bizarre that one side win, one side lose, one side win, one side lose, one side win, one side lose. So what are we going to do? What would you do? Are you going to play a chop system? No, we can't play the chop system. We've already ruled out the chop system on this board. What are we going to do? We're going to play the winner. We're going to play the winner right now, okay? We're going to go with banker. We're going to do it in $100 increments because I'm so confident. Okay, we're going to lose. We're going to go 200 on banker. We're going to lose. We're going to go 500 on banker. Going to lose again. $1,000 on banker. We're going to win. Okay, which one won? Banker won. We're going to go 500 on banker. Okay, we're going to tie. We're going to repeat it. We're going to lose. 1,000 on banker. Okay, we're going to win. Okay, let's take a look at where we're at. We're going to go $100 on banker. Gonna lose 200 on banker. Gonna win. Okay, let's look at the board. Okay, it is the reason why we're losing is because it's continuing to do the chops. That's very rare, very rare. So we're gonna stay with what we're doing. Okay, we're up, guys. We're up $783. Okay, so let's go with the banker for 100. Okay, we're going to lose 200. We're going to win 100. That's $1,000. That's $1,250 win right there. $25 Blazing 7 wins again on a 2 card. 50 to 1. Okay, we're going to win. Okay, now let's take a look. Okay, so we got our win. Okay. Now we're going to wait for player to win, and then we're going to bet player. Okay. Okay, player wins, so we're going to bet player. $100. There we go. Okay, now look what's happening. Look what's starting to finally happen. This is where we decided to go to the winner right here. We saw all these chops in a row. We said, wait a minute. And what did I tell you? We're not going back to the chop system. Remember, I told you that. Because look, 3 drop, 1 chop, 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 3 drop, 1 chop. I told you. We stuck with our guns, and we're playing the winner. And we're hardly even getting any winners to win, yet we're up $1,068. Go figure, right? So what are we going to do? We're going to wait for banker to win, and we're going to play banker. Player wins. Player wins. Player wins. Player wins. Banker wins. $100 on banker. Banker wins. We're up $1,163. We planned it perfectly. And look what's starting to happen. Look what's starting to happen. We're getting right back to what we started off with in that 33%. You're starting to see dropping. Okay? We're going to wait for player to win. Okay, player wins. We're going to go $25 on player. And we win. Okay? I rest my case, people. All right? So there's a lot of ways that you can win in this game. You have to understand what the board is doing. And it's not always going to be pretty, guys. I know a lot of you guys that were watching were going, oh my God, he's betting $500 or $1,000, this and that. Look, you play with what you can afford. Just because I'm betting $500 or $1,000, it doesn't mean that you're not going to have the same success by betting your table minimums. I don't know what your table minimums are. I'm assuming that a lot of you guys are dealing with $25, $50, $100 minimums. For those of you that play online, some of you guys have $5, $10 tables. I don't know if I could trust the online casino, but I've heard a lot of good things about FanDuel. I heard FanDuel seems to be honest. So if you have a FanDuel app and you can play Baccarat, I heard the live dealer is legit. So I don't know. I don't get any money or advertisement from FanDuel. I'm a big fan of Hard Rock Casino. I think that if you have a Hard Rock app and you can play live dealer Baccarat, I would go that route. Because I know for a fact that Hard Rock Casino does not cheat. Okay, so we've got $1,188 that we've won. You guys learned a little bit. Yes, we went through a tough time from the 33% all the way to here. It was brutal for us, but we overcame it. We didn't stop what we believed. We did not go back to the chop system. We never played the chop system, but I'm saying I pointed out that the chop system was no good for this board. It was no good for this board. Now, it would have ended up being okay. The chop system would have done fantastic all right through here. You would have won a lot of money right here. But that's very rare that you see that happen. But it can happen. Anything can happen on these boards. Okay? That's why you have to navigate the game. Today's episode is navigation. Okay, guys, I will look forward to your orders coming in. It only takes between 20 minutes to an hour. Guys, you have to communicate with me. When you place your order, I'm going to respond to you, and I'm going to let you know what you have to verify. Every once in a while, I get somebody that does not verify it, and I reject their order because I can't provide the service to you guys if you don't communicate. 99% of you communicate. Every once in a while, I get somebody that just doesn't, I don't hear from them for a day or two, and I reject the order. Okay, it's not disrespectful or anything. Look, I can't help you if you don't communicate. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'll look out for your orders. I'll process your orders really quickly. Make sure you communicate with me. Make sure you follow the rules. And then when you get your training, guys, it's going to change everything for you. You're gonna go from a mediocre player to a great player. Okay? Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, guys, you got to support my new channel. I've got a new investment channel. It's called Investing with Jimmy. Go check it out. Investing with Jimmy. I show stocks and crypto, and I've only done like 3 or 4 videos. A lot of people from Gamble with Jimmy are going over there and subscribing, which really helps the foundation of that channel. But I need your support. I'll put a link in the description, and I'll comment on where you can look at the videos, and hopefully I'll see you guys over there supporting the channel. Thank you so much, guys, and you have a fantastic day. God bless all of you guys, and go out there and take some money from that casino. Make sure you go home with the profit when you're up. Stop playing when you know you've already won. Peace out, guys. Take care.